What if I told you that you'd have to be scared about even getting yourself enough crypto coins? I think some people would say, yes, I'm always afraid because cryptos keep getting more expensive every single day and I don't have the amount I want to get to. But what if I were to tell you that potentially the amount you want to get to will never be achieved because there's going to be one person, one party that's going to buy so much crypto that it'll be very hard for the average person to basically hold 0.00 whatever Bitcoin. And why I'm saying that is because something pretty crazy was just said by presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He basically proposed a plan for the United States government to buy themselves 4 million Bitcoin and not stop until they've done so by buying 550 Bitcoin every single day until the treasury has got 4 million Bitcoin in it. We all know that there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence, of which at least, I'm going to say 3 million already are lost. At that time, probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe even million will not really be tangible, touchable, I should say anymore. And so we often talk about the halving, given a little bit of a scarcity effect, but if he could really do it, well, just take a look at this video. It could be the #1 craziest thing that would ever happen to crypto. Too scary from a certain perspective, because they'd have a lot, but just take a look.
After all I've learned, I intend, as President of the United States, to sign an executive order on day one, directing the Department of Justice and the U.S. Marshals to transfer the approximately 200,000 Bitcoin held by the U.S. government to the United States Treasury, where it will be held as a strategic asset. On day one as president, I will sign another executive order directing the U.S. Treasury to purchase 550 Bitcoin daily until the U.S. has built a reserve of at least 4 million Bitcoins. And a position of dominance that no other country will be able to usurp. Our nation holds approximately 19% of global gold reserves. This policy will give us about the same proportion of total Bitcoin. The cascading impact from these actions will eventually move Bitcoin to a valuation of hundreds of trillions of dollars. On day one as president, I will sign also an executive order directing the IRS to issue public guidelines that all transactions between Bitcoin and the US dollar are unreportable transactions. And by extension, non-taxable. On day one as president, I will also sign an executive order directing the IRS to treat Bitcoin as an eligible asset for 1031 exchange into real property.
And the funniest thing is that that was all from yesterday. Today is going to be Trump, Vivek. I think Michael Saylor is also going to have another presentation. I mean, yesterday he put up that $47 million or $49 million Bitcoin price tag. I wonder what is all going to be said today. Then again, the probability of him becoming president, I'm talking Robert Kennedy Jr., and actually getting this order in is pretty difficult. I'd say the chances are quite small. Anyway, right now people are all talking about Bitcoin, but ultimately, I do not think that Bitcoin will make you the most of the gains. I think that's going to be altcoins, and right now it seems that Solana is next up. Ethereum had it sells the ETFs, which are seeing crazy outflows right now. And for that reason, I think in a few weeks will become really interesting. But Solana has actually just reached a new all-time high against Ethereum, meaning if you compare Ethereum and Solana's price, Solana right now is at the highest point ever relative to Ethereum. And it seems a lot of these traders and longer-term investors are right now shifting over to Solana for very good reason, I also believe. For example, because of all the Solana ETF endorsements, and even though most likely when the Solana ETF comes along, there will be some ruckus, a little bit of difficulty. It'll probably be less than with Ethereum. For Ethereum, more have been waiting to exit. On the opposite side, with Solana, there's been a higher price increase, which they might want to change. But I mostly just think that in the weeks leading up to the ETF, usually the price does do pretty well. Once the ETF comes along, we see a slight downturn, and then a few weeks afterwards, we see pretty crazy pumps. But I think right now, once Ethereum pumps like crazy, with the anticipation, Solana will pretty much do the same, if not better. And it's not like I've sold all my ETH for Solana. As of this point, I still think Ethereum is king over most others, but I just think that if we're talking about what is next for the crazy wave, it very much could be Solana. And that's one of the fun things that many people don't realize. First of all, that times change, where before gold was really all king and nobody thought it could be replaced. Eventually came Bitcoin. And I don't think the same applies here to Solana in the sense that Bitcoin is going to be replaced by it. I'm just talking about the fact that you don't have to like it in order to trade it, and you don't have to believe it's actually better or anything like that to make more profit with it. Here's, for example, an expert trader says he's not a fan of XRP, but buys it for big profits, flashed a $9 million profit trade. So it's actually one of my friends here, and we have discussed this many times. We were actually texting about this just a few days ago because we've often laughed about my XRP positions. Chris knows that I always have some ridiculous XRP trades open. And so he texted me saying, hey, your XRP is finally moving a bit, huh? I think because he said he opened an XRP position because of me as well. Because you guys don't want to know, right? In my friend group, I'm always a joke. I'm a bit of a joke, because I support XRP so much and most people really hate it to the depths. But right now, the XP price is doing pretty well. He's in some slight profit on his trade. And obviously, it's nothing in comparison to his Bitcoin trade, which is 105 Bitcoin in profit. His Ethereum trade, which is 260 Ethereum in profit. And this one is only 12,000 in profit. So $12,000 is still cool, but not as interesting. And again, a while back, he told me he's buying XRP because it does make sense for the price to do well here. And I keep agreeing with people that say that, which is similar to Solana, by the way. You don't have to like it in order to make massive amounts of profit with it. And I personally believe that XRP very, very soon here is going to turn into a massive profit opportunity. But again, so will a couple of these other major coins at the top. And very, very soon, Bitcoin will go more and more into the background and these massive other altcoins will take over. And that's exactly what I'm preparing for right now. On an opposite end, like I just showed you with the RFK Jr. video, the whole sector is going to absolutely blow out of proportion. More and more of these politicians want to take the limelight. And if you really only want to stick with Bitcoin, you'll be fine. You'll make tons of profit. I'm just saying that if you want to maximize it, go with whatever is hottest at the time. And right now, it seems XRP and Solana are in a really, really good spot. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Make sure you press that like button, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, hopefully somewhere later today.